Hey guys, J0, how you doing? I hope all is well out there in YouTube land and the rest of the world. Here in southern Ohio, things are doing great. We're waiting on spring. We've had a couple of cold, chilly nights, but nothing we can't handle. So I figured I would do a home place update. We'll just take a walk around the home place and we'll see what we got going on this year and let you guys see how things are progressing. So we'll start down here on this end of the property. This is where our shooting range is, and this is going to be our little fruit area of the property down here. We've got 8 fruit trees planted down through here now. There's 2 apple trees, 3 peach trees, a plum tree, a pear tree, and a cherry tree. I think that's 8. And then of course there's part of our log piles left from the wintertime when we was burning wood for the heat. This right over here is blackberries, the quote-unquote thornless triple crown blackberries, and then right behind it up here a little bit further up the hill, I'm going to clear that spot out and we're going to start some raspberries over there. This area is where the kids' trampoline was and the little playhouse clubhouse thing was that we had. We took the clubhouse down and I gave it to my good friends Mr. and Mrs. Moving On for their grandbabies to play in because my kids were just getting too big, and the trampoline just gave out on us. It was really old. So Mr. Moving On Greg let me use his tiller because it's a really nice rear tine tiller, and we tilled up this area here. This is going to be a new garden plot for us. This is going to be probably where we're going to grow the majority of our tomatoes and peppers this year out of this plot. I didn't go any further over because this is where my yard starts sloping down pretty good, and I don't want to lose any of my dirt or fertilizer or compost or anything when it starts raining. It'll run off and then it'll just all run down, and we don't want that to happen. So we tilled up this area in this shape like we did, and we need to have some area to get trucks and wagons through anyway to get back to these woods so that we can get firewood and stuff like that. So yeah, there's where we are on that. There's over here in the grassy areas where we put the rabbit tractor that my roommate Mary came up with, or our roommate, as Beth DeRoos. She said instead of referring as my roommate, she's our roommate. The roommate, the other person who lives at this address, anyway. Anyway, Mary, this is where we put the rabbit tractor. The swimming pool area is now also gone. The swimming pool has had to go away. I had to play the game with the bankers and the insurance companies. Much to my chagrin, I had to take the pool down, but you know, we do what we got to do. So now this part of the deck, what we're going to do, as soon as I can get some money and some materials together, we're going to square this part of the deck off, make it square, and then we're going to enclose this in and turn this into another shed. Let me get out of the way of the clothesline here. That's my punching bag, my heavy bag, because it's always a good idea to try to maintain some sort of physical conditioning. Right now we've got our planter up there. We've got herbs and lettuces, and then we're going to plant some strawberries in the bottom rows once we get some plants. But like I said, we're going to close all this in, build some walls, and this will be another storage shed. For the time being, we took some old paving stones that we used to have out by the shooting range in a form of a fire pit, and we made a fire pit here on the sandy area where the pool used to be. And I'll bring some logs up and we'll set them around. That way we can come out here and the kids can practice their fire making stuff, and we can roast hot dogs and marshmallows and all that kind of good stuff. So that is this end of the property. Our clothes hanger's in the way. That is this end of the property. Now we're going to take let's go over and take a look at some of the baby bunnies. Oh, somebody asked me too what I was going to do with all these stacks of hay that I had left over from where the greenhouse came down. This is where I had the greenhouse at, and all this stacks of old hay. In between the rows of the new garden area, we're going to put the hay down. One, to help keep the weeds in check, and 2, it'll compost in, and we can till it in the fall, and it'll help all around. So that's what we're going to use this old hay for. All right. Let's go look at something that's a lot cuter than me. On the way through here, we'll take a look. This one here we don't have planted yet. Here we've got some seed trays that are starting. These are some additional herbs because we're really going to try to grow a lot of our own herbs and spices and seasonings this year. and dry them out and make our own, you know, Italian seasonings and so on. And here we've got some other seeds, as you can see, are coming up. These are tomatoes and melons and more melons and some cucumbers and just all kinds of stuff we've got planted that are starting to sprout here. Because we'll be starting to put stuff in the ground in about a month or so. So that by then these plants should be good, sturdy plants that we can go ahead and put out in the ground. And of course, we've got a row of strawberries above on the wall above here that are behind the boxes. You can see a few of the strawberry plants. And I'm very happy to say that everything, including all the small fruit trees, made it through the winter time. So I'm very happy about that. And then of course down there we've got the little potato box that we're going to build. We're going to plant potatoes in, which is this box right down here. I've got it covered for now because it's not time to plant yet. So let's walk over here and look at some bunnies. Alrighty, now here, right here behind the house, close to the house, this is where we keep the mini Rex rabbits, or the Rex rabbits. These are the ones that we do not breed for food. We breed these to sell, so they kind of pay for the rabbits' food as well. Hi, little dudes. Hi, little dudes. And this is one of the hutchers that we trade some chickies for. I think we got a pretty good deal on this, but there's the rest of the little bunnies. And we come out here every day and we mess with them and pet them so that we can get them used to being handled, because they're going to be sold as pets. Hi, little guys. This is my favorite one right here. We might keep this little guy, depending on whether it's a buck or a doe. But you can see that they'll freak out a little bit, but for the most part, you know, they're easily handled. As I say that, they're freaking out. Huh. But we just kind of pet them and get them used to having people around. And they are cutie pies for sure. Huh, ain't you, little dudes? Oh, you got a fat belly. You got a fat belly. So like I said, these will be sold as pets, especially with Easter time coming. And there's the mama. Mama, you did a good job, mama. She had 8 babies, and she managed to keep them all alive, and she kept them all healthy, and they look great. They're happy, healthy little bunnies. And it won't be probably about another week or so. In a week, when they're 3 weeks old now, so in a week when they're a month, then we'll probably take them on the nice days and let them set out in the little rabbit tractor and let them run around and jump and kick like little baby bunnies should. So there's the bunnies. Hi, mama girl. Hi, mama. Yeah, you did a good job. All right, for all you bunny lovers, there you go. There's our Rex rabbits, the pets that we are, like I say, we will take these to the animal swap, and they'll be somebody's pets. And so far, they look really good. Here's the dad rabbit down here. I don't know whether or not you're gonna be able to see real well. Hey, buddy. That's the Rex buck, and the rest of the rabbits are out in the barn. They're out in the big barn, the Champagnes and the San Juans, and those are our meat rabbits, because the Champagnes get to be like 12 pounds, and they're really big and delicious. So, all right, let's go check on, well, actually right here, since we're here, we'll show you the goats, update on the goats. Goats are doing great. The white goat is Little Bit, and the brown goat is Dakota. The brown goat is the one you see quite a bit in the background of my coffee chats when I'm doing them on the back porch here. And so no, there's never a deer running that close behind me on the hill. That's my goat Dakota, because if it was a deer, they would be in the freezer. These two have been doing a wonderful job of keeping this hillside cleaned off for us, the shrubs and stuff down. They did fine through the winter. We made sure we kept them with their sweet feed and their regular feed, and we gave them some hay to chew on. But I really enjoy having them around. And right now, these goats are pretty much just pets. Pets and mobile lawnmowers are what these two are. Here in the near future, we're going to be looking at getting a dairy goat of some sort, a larger breed, because these are pygmies and they're small. We want to get a full-size dairy goat so that we can, you know, have our own milk production and cheese and ice cream and so on and so forth. And just introduce a third goat into the herd that we can breed and have kids. And yes, some of the kids and some of the goats that we have, we will butcher. We will not butcher these two goats. I promised the dude that I got them from that I would give them a good home and a happy long life, and we would not eat them. So I will uphold my word, and they're doing good. And Little Bit loves to go over here to this big locust tree and climb it, and she gets up to about right there or so, and I think I've got her on video a couple of times of her being up in her tree, and then we got the big barn out there. So let's walk down and take a look at some chickies. Alrighty, here's the hen house. This is where we keep our layers. So far they're all doing good. Everybody made it good through the winter time. These are our full-grown chickens. We have 17, and we usually get about 14 or 15 eggs a day. Sometimes we get 17, 18 eggs a day. Just all depends on what kind of mood the ladies are in and how well they're fed and all that kind of stuff. There's the big barn up there, and yeah, that's the deer hide that everybody gave me a bunch of crap about not keeping. I ended up keeping it and tanning it out and drying it out up there on the barn, and it will go on to the menu wall at some point too. But there's our ladies. We don't get too attached to them. There's only one of them that has a name, and that was that hen right there. We call her Miss Prissy. I don't know if you guys remember the old Foghorn Leghorn cartoons, you know, with the old hen in there named Prissy, who was always getting picked on by the other ladies, and they're making fun of her, and they're like, "Prissy, you gonna find a husband?" And Prissy be like, "Oh, yes." See, they're picking on her now. So yes, that's Miss Prissy. And of course, we got Mabel. Everywhere I go, she goes. Mabel. Come here, Mabel. Say hello, YouTube. Sit. Good girl. There's my Mabel dog. She's my sidekick. She's my shadow. Usually where I'm at, she's at. She is a great dog. She's a good companion. She's a good friend. This down here is our lower garden box. These two here are the terrace boxes. There's a third little shallow one right here. But we got to do some more work on that. Then we've got our two terrace boxes. This is going to be where we plant our green beans this year. What we're going to do is we're going to plant 2 rows of beans, and then 2 more rows of beans in the bottom box. And then a couple of weeks later, we're going to plant in between the 2 rows another 2 rows and stagger them out. That way we should be able to grow lots of green beans. And I still have to till up the bottom garden here, but we've been taking the hen house cleanings from last fall, and we threw it on there. We got the rabbit buckets and the rabbit stuff from the rabbits manure. We're going to till it all in and get this area down here ready to plant this garden this year. Down here on the bottom garden, this here closer to the creek, is going to be where we grow most of our potatoes and carrots and stuff like that. I'll be down here in the garden that's close to our creek here. So here's the biddies, the little chickies updates. They are loving this little pen that we made for them. They're having a great time. You can see that they're eating the grass, and they got it all cleaned out, and they're doing well. They're growing good. They're having a great time. They're probably about a month away. They're about a month away or so from time to butcher them. So, and we'll keep you all posted and updated on these on the chickies, and when we go to butcher them and how big they are and how much they weigh. And oh look, hi Chickie, what are you looking at? Are you thinking, how can I make myself more delicious? Chickie, I'll come down and read your story in a little while. So, but you see they're getting big enough to where they're starting to jump up on the roost. A lot of their peeps are they're going to be turning into clucks here pretty soon. So, yeah. So far, everything's looking good. And that's pretty much it for now, y'all. As far as the home place goes, let me walk up the hill here and not fall, of course. That's an update on the home place. That's our little homestead. That's what we got going on so far this year. We're going to have, we've always got something going on. We're going to have, like I say, hopefully I can get some money and some materials together, and we can start building that additional shed onto the back of the house. And just generally trying to produce as much as we can for ourselves, and keep our money in our pocket and out of the big corporations' pockets and the big agriculture and all that kind of crap anyway. All right, guys. Well, there you go. Questions or comments, feel free. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching. God bless. The end. Buzz, the end.